Hello everybody, welcome to our e-learning sessions for Primary 5. Our lesson for today is Module 4, Lesson 4C, Past Simple and Past Progressive. Let's see in the first slide. Now, what were you doing yesterday at 7 o'clock? Because I'm mentioning the time, I'm using past continuous. Because I'm mentioning the time, I'm saying 7 a.m. In the next slide, past continuous tense. What is the usage for the past continuous tense? Number one, to talk about actions that were in progress at a specific certain time in the past. For example, I was watching TV at 7 o'clock. Because I mentioned the time, 7 o'clock, I used past continuous. Now, what's the next usage? To talk about two or more actions happening at the same time in the past. For example, my dad was fixing my bike while I was helping him. Now, the two verbs, was fixing and was helping, they are past continuous. They are two long actions moving together at the same time. Letter C, to set a scene of a story. That means to describe a scene of a story. For example, it was raining, the wind was blowing, the sea was crashing, the sand, and so on. Okay, in the next slide, the keywords. What are the keywords? Now, for a long time, all the afternoon, all the morning, all night, yesterday. The word all is the keyword of the past continuous. Okay? What else? I have some time clauses like while, as soon as, and when. The next slide is the form. How can I write it? How can I answer it? Now, for the affirmative sentence, I have two types, personal pronouns, singular and plural. For the singular personal pronoun, I, he, she, it, I use the word was, the helping verb was, and then verb plus ing. For example, he was playing tennis at 7 o'clock yesterday. Because I mentioned the time, I use was playing. If I have a highlighter, I shall highlight was and play plus verb ing. The verb play plus ing. Also, the plural personal pronouns, you, we, they. I use the helping verb were and then verb ing. As in the example, you were watching TV, or they were studying, or they were reading the books. Okay? Now, for the negative form, how can I make the negative? Negative means not. So, I will add the word not to the helping verb. As in the example, she wasn't sleeping all night yesterday. Or, as in the example also, with the plural pronouns, we weren't playing computer games. I add the word not to the helping verb was or were. Okay, the next slide. Can you see the boy thinking in the question mark? It's an interrogative, the question, yes or no questions. Or WH question word. Let's start with the yes-no question. Because it's yes-no, it's a short form. That means I will start with the helping verb. I'll start with was. Was he or she or it or I plus verb ing. Or were you or they or we plus verb ing. Let's see the example. Were you listening to the radio? Because I'm starting the question with a was or were verb. That means the answer will be yes or no. Yes, we were, or no, we weren't. As you all know that the word you in the question is transformed to I or we in the answer. Okay, the second type of questions is WH questions. Now, I use WH question word plus was or were plus the subject of the verb plus the verb ing. As in the example here, what was she doing yesterday at 10 o'clock? She was cooking, she was sleeping, she was reading, whatever. The next slide is the butterfly. Can you see the butterfly? Now, the butterfly has two wings. One wing is for the personal pronouns, and the other wing is for verb ing, and the body is the was or were. Now, the body is the main thing. It can't be without was or were. I, he, she, and it with was and then verb ing. You, we, they is with were and then verb ing. Okay, the next slide. There are some sentences that I use both past simple and past continuous in them. For example, yes, first of all, we have to know the keywords for linking the sentences together. I have sometime clauses like when, while, as, or as soon as, or just as. Now, what is the usage here? The usage is for an action that is interrupted by another action in the past. A long action is interrupted by a short action in the past, or two actions that were happening at the same time in the past. Two actions that were happening at the same time in the past. Okay, in the case that there was a long action interrupted by a short one, the first case, I use while or as soon as, plus the past continuous. Now, while, as, or as soon as, they love the past continuous. So the first verb following these words, these time clauses, is the past continuous, and the next verb is the past simple. Let's see, as in the example here, while I was playing football, I broke my leg. I can put while at the beginning, like here, while I was playing, or I can put it in the middle, like the next one, I broke my legs while I was playing football. It doesn't matter where do I put the word while. What matters here is what comes after while. After while, I put the past continuous, okay? Okay, number 2 here, when plus past simple past continuous. Now, if I have a long action and it's interrupted or cut by a short one, I have to use the word when. When loves the past simple. When loves the past simple. So, what comes after when is past simple, and then the next verb is past continuous. As you see in these examples, when I broke my leg, I was playing football. Or I was playing football when I broke my leg. Now, in the case that there were two actions happening at the same time in the past. Now, the two actions are long actions. So what shall I do? I will use the word while, or as soon as, or just as. Now, after them I have past continuous, because both verbs are long verbs, past continuous. While I was playing football, mom was cooking. While she was dancing, her mom was baking pizza. Next slide. Here I have some questions to know how to answer the questions in this type. Now, the rewrite the following sentence using the words in bracket. She met her cousin. She was walking. I want the verb while. Now, because I have the verb while, I have to see which verb here is a long verb. Met or was walking? Of course, was walking. Now, was walking here is a past continuous. You have to circle was walking and write over it PC for past continuous. And you have to circle the word met and write over it PS for past simple. Now, she met her cousin while she was walking. Why do I put while here? Because I put while before the past continuous or the long action. As you see here, met, past simple, short action, and was walking is past continuous, long action. Next slide. Number 2, Mona arrived late. Her father was watching TV. Now, I have the word when. Which verb is the past simple and which one is the past continuous? Now, circle the word arrive and put PS because this is past simple. And circle the word was watching and put PC, past continuous. Now, I will put when before the past simple. When Mona arrived late, her father was watching TV. When Mona arrived late, her father was watching TV. Now, thanks for listening to me and hope that you enjoy it. See you soon.